Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Coming backwards, you're confusing me right now,
Yeah,
man.
I was counting down when we were going to start recording, and I started saying stuff in Vietnamese and stuff like that. So, um, I'm going to start playing some Shell Shock Live with DJ, and he has his girlfriend with him. So she's going to
I hope yeah.
talk. She's pretty smart, a lot smarter than DJ, as you can tell.
But we got a funny story tonight. Go ahead.
Okay, so this story is a tale of Dr. Inflation.
Or you got to yell a little bit more.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah!
That is so obnoxious. There's people that, like, this is an apartment. You can't yell like that at night. Seriously.
Well, not yeah, I'm kidding, but like,
Okay, can you hear me better now?
oh yeah, that sounds amazing.
Okay, perfect. Well, so this is the story of Dr. Inflation. Okay, so I guess when I was in undergrad, one thing that was just really odd is generally I'm a very vanilla person, but I guess I'm nice. I mean, I don't really know how I come across to other people because I only know my perspective, but I guess people really liked me and trust me, so a lot of times I get people that would kind of tell me things that were a little bit TMI, kind of unwarranted. So anyway, there's this guy I dated, and he was really weird in and of itself, and he had some pretty weird friends. Like, one of them I met at a convention, and anyway, one thing that was just like a red flag from the get-go is as soon as we broke up and the notification went on Facebook, he adds me. Which is fine and all. I mean, I'm one of those people, like, I don't really question that kind of stuff. I love making friends, and I grew up having very platonic friendships with guys, so I just didn't really question it. I should have, but I didn't. So he adds me, and he talks to me, and he's like, just always, like, asking how I am, which is nice and stuff, and then he's wanting to, like, hang out with me a lot, which is also fine. And there were a couple more red flags that came up that was just, like, kind of would indicate odd behavior. I mean, one of which was that he was a part of the Sonic fandom, which isn't, like, that bad, because, like, I really loved the Sonic video games, but the fandom is, like, one of the worst. And then another red flag was that he was a brony. So that was kind of odd to digest. So anyway, as the story continues, he basically messages me one night on Facebook.
You're a physics major.
Oh, another red flag was that he was a physics honors major in undergrad, which I feel like if anybody is a physics honors major, they have to have some kind of screw loose.
That shit crazy.
At least at the university that I went to. So, as it were, he messaged me on Facebook one night and was just like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you doing? And he's like, I'm really good. I just, like, had a question for you. And I was like, oh god. And I was like, okay, what's up? And he's like, so, I was wondering, do you have a fetish? I was like, no, not really. I'm kind of, like, pretty much abstinent and asexual, so I don't really, like, have those kind of interests. But I mean, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm very gung-ho for them. And he was just very odd, and he was like, he was basically like, oh, well, that's cool, I just wanted to see if mine was normal, and I wanted to see what you thought about it. And I was like, oh, fuck me, no, like, are you serious? This conversation really ought to happen? And I was just like, well, if you have to ask somebody if it's normal, probably not. And he was like, oh, well, I'm going to ask you anyway, and I'm going to tell you about it. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I guess. And he was like, so one day I was pumping up my bike tires with air, and I thought it would be really cool to put the bike pump up my sphincter. pump air. And I was like, what?
That's really weird.
And he's like, yeah, I like to pump myself up with air and inflate myself. And I'm like, really? And he's like, I really like the sensation of feeling like a balloon animal, and I get really turned on imagining women floating around me naked as balloon animals with their sexual organs flapping in the wind.
That's kind of scary.
I immediately thought of that scene in Shrek 1 where they blew up the animals and they were still alive and just floating around in balloons. And it was just rather odd altogether. And but there's more. So
I think you're dark.
and I was just like, you know, it's probably not healthy. You know, you're kind of inserting something rectally, and you know, it's probably not disinfected. You don't really want to, you know, introduce something to your intestines like that, or you know, pump air and kind of like pretty much propel bacteria into your intestine, or even rupture some kind of organ. And he's like, oh no, it's pretty normal. Like I looked it up, and you know, like all it does is give me bad gas for 45 minutes. I'm like okay. But there's more. So anyway, this was around the year that the Avengers came out, and so me and my best friend went and saw the Avengers like release on campus because we have a movie theater on campus, and we went. And I'm with my best friend, my childhood friend, one of which is a girl, and another one that's a guy, Nicole and Dylan. And we're watching this movie, and I get a text from him, and he's like, hey, what are you up to? And I'm like, oh, I'm at the Avengers. And he's like, oh, can I visit you afterwards? Like, can I meet you up there? And I'm like, sure, I guess. And, you know, after the movie or whatever, I'm hanging out with my friends, and in the distance I hear this AC/DC music. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's the music that Iron Man listens to. Because at the time I was in love with Tony Stark, and my relationship status on Facebook was that I was married to him. Anyway, so I hear that in the distance, and I'm like, God, this is a foreshadowing something weird. I know it. Lo and behold, I was correct. And this guy like walks up pretty much in like an Adidas blue like bodysuit with like a weird like trash made arc reactor on his chest and a stereo system taped to his back. And he runs up and he's like, hey guys. And my best friend Nicole, she gets secondhand embarrassment and starts crying on the floor. And I'm like just taken aback, absolutely shocked. The guy finally gets on one knee in front of everybody in the middle of public and is like, so I know you won't date anybody, but will you date Iron Man Tony Stark? And I'm just like trying not to laugh because I felt kind of awkward, and I was like, well, you know, this is very sweet, but you're not really Tony Stark. I mean, of course I would date Tony Stark, but you're not him, so I mean, no. And so then, long story short, he ended up just being one of those people that got really angry that he was friend-zoned and, like, cursed me on Skype. And I ended up having to block him because I don't feel like that kind of abusive behavior, so I had to end that friendship. So that's documentation and reckless energy.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
She has like a bucket full of stories like that with crazy dudes. And side note, I'm a homewrecker. I made her and Tony Stark get divorced.
Yeah, you're a terrible person.
I got skills. So Luke, tell me about how your weekend involving a bike pump went.
Tell how my weekend is going?
You remember what you told me about your usage of a bike pump?
No, I don't remember saying anything about that.
What?
Luke is Dr.
No, he's not. I remember what Dr. Inflation looked like.
He's Dr. Inflation Jr.
Luke is precious. Dr. Inflation looked like a weird humanoid shark.
He did kind of look like a shark. Yeah, I've never had crazy stories like that. Here's a bunch of crazy guy stories.
Oh, I died.
You died?
I died.
Well, at least you lasted longer that time.
Yeah, I got wrecked.
Happens to the best of us. I used to play a tank game a long time ago. I think it was on, Newgrounds.
Oh yeah, and it was like this kind of?
Yeah, it's the same thing, but that one's just more high tech.
Yeah.
You have one to all the good. Playing Slither.
Oh yeah, so I went to work this morning, and like wherever you work, no matter where you work, there's always gonna be like some asshole that's gonna like just start talking shit because they're waiting too long. So I work at a restaurant, and this woman comes up to my manager and just starts like pretty much harassing her and talking shit, and yeah, it's like really like, what the fuck are you doing? Just calm the fuck down. Like, you guys saw it was busy. You guys like, they literally drove in and they saw it was busy as hell, and they got their food after 20 minutes, and they're like pissed off because they had to wait longer, and the same as everyone else. I mean, stuff like that, stupid.
Yeah, I love it. I used to work in a deli, so I know exactly what you mean. People would just come in all pissed off already.
Yeah, it's like, we take the time to make your food. You need to calm down and show a little respect for the people who make your shit.
Hey, it's like, alright, being a dick is not going to make your day any better, so
Honestly.
please refrain. This is definitely killing my vibe. Oh man, I'm surrounded by a bunch of giant dongs.
The dongs.
Yeah, there's a lot of biggins right around me right now. I'm just hoping I'm not big enough to where they're thinking they can take me.
Yeah, our next gameplay will be Slither.io.
I totally thought you were talking about my room. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm surrounded by a bunch of dongs in case it's room.
I was like, no. It's awesome.
You know? It's something I've been working on. Keeping it on the DL. Yeah, I watched the MTV Movie Awards tonight, and Kevin Hart and The Rock are like the perfect couple for comedy.
Aren't they making a movie like about the CIA and stuff?
Yeah, I think it looks hilarious.
Yeah, it does. The
Like, I
Rock,
think it's gonna-
like when he was in high school, he was like this fat kid who no one liked, and then he became like a CIA agent.
I saw a little clip of him wearing the fat suit, and it's the weirdest thing because The Rock is so jacked, you can't even imagine him not jacked.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because it was like, The Rock was like, they were talking when they first met, and then Kevin Hart is like, how'd you become like that? Yeah, I worked out for 6 hours every day for the past 20 years, and I was like, holy shit.
I could see The Rock actually doing that.
I bet The Rock works out for at least that long, like when he was in his bodybuilding career.
I mean, that was his job when he was a wrestler. That's pretty much his job, just to be as big as possible. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he took steroids. He had to have taken steroids. All those wrestlers, I think, used to take steroids.
Yeah.
I would assume, at least, because most of them are just crazy, jacked, veiny, just monsters. Can't look right now. Can't look right now. You're gonna have to share it or message it to me. If I look away for a second, a little bastard is gonna come kill me on this game.
Slither.io, the game that makes you rage and mad, with DJ.
I know, it's so simple too. That's the worst part, is I'm like, how can I not be better at this game? And your shit getting destroyed.
Dude, this game has so much, like, projectiles and everything, it's bound to lag. Like, it's just like, it, like, shits on the screen how much stuff goes on.
Oh yeah, when I've watched you play it, there are so many different projectiles that have like 15 mini projectiles that come out of it.
Yeah, I know. It lags the hell out of the game.
Does it? Have you lost connection with Skype chat yet?
No.
Has Skype chat lost connection with the video?
Oh, well, we lost. Well, rip.
Can't win them all.
Alright.
If it makes you feel better, I'm still alive right now in Slither.
Oh yeah, that does make me feel better. I'll do a single player, like the campaign mode, just for one last match, and then I'll stop the gameplay. We were talking like an hour before this game started, and we literally were talking about like the most random stuff ever. Like, we were talking about like just the random facts of the day type of thing. And we were talking about like, what was it, flatworms, how they reproduce and stuff like that. And like just everything, just completely random. And that was funny.
I think it ended up degrading into like the animals with the largest penis ratio.
Oh yeah, we were looking up the largest animal, like penis to whole body ratio. And what was it, the
Barnacle.
The barnacle has like a 40-to-1 ratio. Pretty crazy stuff. And the people post about it and they're like, why did God give the most useless animal the biggest penis ever? And we were like,
That's awesome. I can see people making comments like that too.
yeah, it's funny, but
Oh, I died. I killed myself trying to be a dick.
nice.
Oh, you attacked me?
Okay. Off to the book of places. Is it way easier on the campaign single player mode?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's quite a few hard ones, but like, you'll see when the gameplay comes up. It's there's like other stuff. They're pretty much like mini games, I guess is the best word for it.
Okay, like a little practice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it essentially like bots on Black Ops?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man, Pistol and everyone were on Kick today, and leaving messages about playing Black Ops, and I was like, stop it, I want to play.
Yeah, you're over there away from your dorm. You can't play nothing.
Yeah, an hour and a half from being able to play.
Well, everyone, thanks for watching this episode. I'm probably gonna be posting another one in like, I don't know, an hour. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed story time with DJ's girlfriend, and talk to you guys later.